parents in Maryland. Reported cases of hand, foot, and mouth disease are on the rise, and we're seeing more of these cases. So far this year, state health officials say there have been 118 cases. That's about 145% increase from just last year. Joining us now is Dr. Emily Boss with Johns Hopkins Medicine. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us. Your focus is on Maryland, but we know health officials in Northern Virginia also reporting a rise this summer. So first, walk us through what are some of the symptoms of hand, foot, and mouth disease, and how is it transmitted?
Thanks for having me. Hand, foot, and mouth disease is a very contagious virus. Causes fever, sore throat, and then also sores in the mouth and a rash that's on the soles of the feet, palms of the hand, and it can spread to the arms, legs, and even buttocks. It's highly contagious. It's caused by a virus that's a group of virus called enteroviruses, and it can be transmitted like any common cold through saliva, mucus, and stool.
And we know it's often seen in daycare settings, young kids very susceptible to this. Do we know why we tend to see that age group fall ill to this versus adults?
It's most commonly seen exactly right in daycares and schools and kids who are under 5, mostly because they have developing immune systems and it's such a highly contagious virus that that's their first exposure. We are seeing a lot of cases, however, in sports teams and in overnight summer camps and even in college campuses.
And it's still possible for an adult to get this as well?
It is possible for adults to get it, and often when they do, it can actually be quite painful to have the sores in the mouth or the blisters on the hands and feet. However, usually adults have developed some immunity and they're generally better at fighting the infection.
Now, is this an illness where a child can get it more than once? And if they do, are the symptoms less severe the second time around?
Children can get it more than once because there are a few different strains that tend to cause the virus. It's less common to hear about hand, foot, and mouth happening twice in children, but it's certainly possible. And then the disease starts all over again.
Oh my goodness. And I know the summer is usually the peak time for it, but with this rise that we've been seeing, do you think that maybe the fall will also produce a high number of cases?
Well, it's possible. Some of the uptick of cases represent better reporting and heightened awareness. This is not so different than a common cold, except that it's yucky. You can see it on the hands and the feet, and it can be uncomfortable for children to have. So the enteroviruses in particular, that's the group of viruses that cause hand, foot, and mouth, they tend to thrive in these warmer environments and climates. So late summer and early fall are very common.
Okay, anything else you want to add on this front?
The most important thing is that this is not a very severe disease. So if you're to see it, don't panic. Knowledge is power. So understanding what it looks like and knowing that it's very common and that it goes away in 7 to 10 days and generally does not have any severe consequences. That's the most important.
Very good information. Dr. Emily Boss from Johns Hopkins Medicine, thank you so much for joining us today at noon.
Thanks for having me.